Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Man shot dead at Westmoreland tire shop identified. The police have identified the man who was gunned down at a tire shop in Petersfield, Westmoreland on Wednesday afternoon. The deceased has been identified as 28-year-old Dino Cook, a laborer of the Liston district in the parish. Reports are that Cook and two other men were on their way to a football match when a Toyota Vaxi motor van in which they were traveling in developed a puncture tire. The driver of the Vaxi then stopped at the tire shop to have it repaired. Cook, who was standing outside the van with the driver, was subsequently approached by a man who brandished a weapon and opened fire at him. The police were summoned, and on their arrival, Cook was found lying on the ground suffering from gunshot wounds to his head. He was rushed to the Savannah Lamar Public General Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The other men were not injured during the incident. Update on student raped at Orocabessa High School. The administrators of Orocabessa High School have confirmed that they are conducting investigation into an alleged sex crime committed against a female student about 4 o'clock on Monday afternoon while classes were in session. A source close to the school family told reporters that based on her account, a male attired in a khaki uniform held a pair of scissors at her neck, coerced her into smelling a substance that rendered her unconscious, dragged her into the bathroom for females, raped her, and left her for dead on the floor. It is said that the student had cried for help but no one showed up. Another student eventually went to use the bathroom and reportedly raised an alarm after seeing the girl naked on the floor. The victim was taken to Portmore Hospital. Pictures seen by reporters showed bruises on the child's left hand and left eye. She is now at home recuperating, but is said to be traumatized and reluctant to return to the school. A representative of her family met on Tuesday with the school's administrators, including Principal Donovan Thomas. "We had an unfortunate situation, but the matter is in an active investigation, and there is not much that I can say at this time," Thomas told reporters. He further stated that since the alleged incident, security has been increased at the school. "Since then, we have increased the level of security. We also always have an active level of security on the compound. We have a main gate and there is a security post," Thomas informed. Severe weather alert remains in effect for Jamaica. Fisher folk across the island are being advised to evacuate the caves and banks as severe weather is expected to spread over the country within the next 36 to 48 hours. In its latest bulletin on Thursday, the Meteorological Service of Jamaica said the tropical wave over the southeastern Caribbean Sea continues to move westwardly towards the island. At the present, the wave is producing showers and thunderstorms and has the potential to develop further in the coming days. Over the next 48 hours, the system is expected to strengthen into a tropical depression or storm, which could bring unstable weather over Jamaica's territorial waters. The Met Service is advising fisher folks on the caves and banks to evacuate immediately and start returning to the mainland. Other small craft operators in Jamaican waters are advised to return to port. Operators already in port are being advised against returning to the waters. The Met Service says it will continue to monitor this era of disturbed weather closely. The next advisory is expected to be later on. 16-year-old arrested for robbing man of Nike sneakers, Gucci slippers. A 16-year-old boy and a 36-year-old laborer have been charged with aggravated robbery after allegedly holding a man at gunpoint and relieving him of his Air Force sneakers and Gucci slippers. Charged with robbery with aggravation and illegal possession of firearm are 36-year-old E. Dean Fitzgerald, otherwise called Dino, a construction worker of Manaview Drive, Kingston 8, and a 16-year-old boy. According to police reports on August 31, 2022, the complainant was in the process of making a delivery in Kingston 8 when both accused, one armed with a handgun, held him up and robbed him of a pair of Air Force sneakers, a pair of Gucci slippers, among other items before fleeing the scene. Fitzgerald and the teen were later apprehended in the Manaview Drive area in the parish. They were charged after being positively identified in an identification parade. Their court dates are being finalized. National Grooming Policy for Schools coming soon, says government. The government has signaled that a national grooming policy will be available within a few months, which should address public concerns about the dress code in some schools. There were concerns recently about the dress code at Godfrey Stewart High School in Westmoreland, which stipulates that students' skirts should be 5 inches above the ankles. Minister without portfolio in the Office of the Prime Minister with responsibility for information, Robert Morgan, said public consultations on the national grooming policy are underway. He said Education Minister Favour Williams and Minister of Culture and Gender Affairs Oliver Grange are leading discussions with teachers, parents and schools regarding the policy. Mr. Morgan was speaking Wednesday at a post-cabinet media briefing. Hanover to receive first traffic signal. Hanover received its first traffic signal on Thursday, September 22nd at the intersection of Segment 1 of the North Coast Highway and the Ocean Point residential development at Point in the parish. The Point roadway is located on the outskirts of the town centre of Lucy and forms part of the main road network which links the towns of Negril in Westmoreland and Lucy to the city of Montego Bay in St. James. Community Relations Officer for the NWA's Western Region, Janet Ricketts, says the traffic signals will not only help to improve the safety of residents in Ocean Point, but also the wider public who traverse the heavily trafficked roadway. The signal will also improve pedestrian safety by separating vehicular and pedestrian movement. Pedestrians will now be able to activate the pedestrian signal through a push-button active system, which will indicate when it is safe to cross. Pedestrians are being encouraged to make use of this feature, Ricketts stated. Suspect hospitalized after engaging police in shootout. A man who reportedly engaged the police in a shootout in Lucy, Hanover on Tuesday evening has been hospitalized under police guard after he was shot. A 9mm pistol was seized in the incident. The police say about 7 o'clock, they signaled a motorcycle with 2 men aboard to stop. The men disobeyed and sped away. The police gave chase and the motorcycle crashed. The 29-year-old driver reportedly pulled a firearm and engaged the cops in an exchange of gunfire. He was shot and the weapon seized. The police say 19 spent shells were recovered at the scene. Tax offices open for business on Saturday. Tax Administration Jamaica TAJ is reminding the public that it will open selected tax offices on this Saturday, September 24, and every last Saturday of the month for the remainder of the 2022-2023 financial year. This Saturday service enhancement continues to provide taxpayers with a convenient option of doing business on the weekends, as well as to alleviate the usually high walk-in traffic at tax offices during the busy month-end weekdays period. Taxpayers will be able to access taxpayer service activities including same-day driver's license processing, except Savannah Lamar, motor vehicle registration, and other motor vehicle transactions. Additionally, persons may apply for their taxpayer registration number TRN and make tax and free payments as the tax authority continues to provide additional access to its services. Persons wishing to make payments for property tax may opt to utilize the added convenience of TAJ's weekend operating hours. Motorists who have not collected their printed driver's license cards can do so at any of the listed locations if their applications were dropped off there. Drop-off service has been discontinued. In addition to that, audit and compliance activities will not be available during the Saturday operations. Persons are also reminded that they may opt to avoid a tax office visit entirely by conducting several transactions online, including payment for driver's license renewal, fitness certificate, traffic ticket, business-related taxes, and deductions on property tax, as well as electronically querying property tax liabilities. Customers may also avail themselves to a range of other online payment options including making tax payments via National Commercial Bank, as NCB customers are able to use your online banking platform by adding TAJ as a payee. Also, customers are able to make several business payments via the new TAJ Direct Funds Transferred DFT process. These are in addition to customers being able to make payments via the tax authority's website www.jamaicatax.gov.jm using a credit card or other banking card with credit card features or using the Scotiabank electronic funds transfer via TAJ's website. Additionally, TAJ also offers its expanded DFT payment channel, which includes stamp duty and transfer tax as a payment type as well as its Scotiabank account as a beneficiary account. This means that in addition to the ability to make payments for payroll deductions, income tax, consumption taxes, trade and business license, as well as several other business-related taxes, customers now also have the ability to make stamp duty and transfer tax payments using the convenient DFT option. The following tax offices will operate this Saturday between the hours of 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. St. Andrew Constant Spring, Montego Bay, FCJ Building at 11 to 12 Almond Way, Montego Bay Freeport, Mandeville, Savannah Lamar, St. Anne's Bay. The Portmore tax office will continue its usual weekly Saturday operation with adjusted business hours 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell